In this video, we're going to look at how to determine whether two vectors are parallel. If they are parallel, then unless they're the same vector, they don't intersect. But if they're not parallel, they might intersect. So we're going to look at how to calculate the intersection point if they do intersect. And finally, we're going to look at how to show that vectors are skew, that is, not parallel and not intersecting. So in the context of vector equations of lines, parallel vectors are ones which have the same direction. So if I had this line here and this line here, they would have different position vectors, but their directions would be the same since they're running parallel to each other. So if I saw something like this, write down the equation of a line which is parallel to this vector and goes through this point, here's how I would approach it. I can see what the direction vector is of this line, and I'm just going to steal it, but using this as a position vector. So my answer is really simple here. It's just -3, 4, that's my position vector, plus any amount of the direction vector which I've stolen from this line here. So simple as that. Any lines which are parallel will have the same direction vector, or at least a multiple, because multiples don't matter when it comes to directions. Let's have a look at a 3D example. So writing down the equation of the line which is parallel to this and goes through this point. Well, if you think you understood the last example, then do try this one yourself. So I'm just going to take the position here, which is 2, 0 for the j's and 5 for the k's, and then just steal the direction vector from this one over here. And the direction there was 1, -2, 2. And so that is the line which is parallel to this one and goes through the point 2, 0, 5. Okay, we're now going to look at intersections. Now, in the case of 2D vectors, or 2D lines really, you know that there are only two options. Either two lines intersect, or if they're parallel, they don't. Now, there is sort of a third case where two lines are parallel and just right on top of each other, so they intersect at all points, but it would have to be precisely the same line for that to be the case. So generally speaking, either two lines are parallel or they intersect at a single point. It's not going to be the case in 3D, but we'll get to that in a second. Now I know these aren't parallel because their directions, I minus j and 2i plus j, are not multiples of each other, so they will intersect. Now we could try to convert these into Cartesian equations and use standard techniques there, but I want to show you how to use a vector technique for this. So here's how we do it. I'm going to take that first line and I'm going to think about what its I coordinate is at an arbitrary point and what its j coordinate is at an arbitrary point. So its I coordinate is 2 plus lambda, well, 2i plus lambda I. So that is 2 plus lambda. That's its I coordinate. And its j coordinate is 1j plus negative lambda j, so that's 1 minus lambda. So that is an arbitrary point on the first line. I'll do the same for the second. So its I coordinate, well, is I plus mu times 2i, so that is 1 plus 2 mu. And then its j coordinate is -3 plus mu. Now, if we want the lines to intersect, there must be a point where their I value is the same and their j value is the same. So we can just equate their I values. 2 plus lambda must equal 1 plus 2 mu, and then equate their j values as well. So that is 1 minus lambda must equal -3 plus mu. We've just got simultaneous equations here, which you can solve however you like. I'm going to just get this one in the form -1 plus 2 mu, and then sub that into here. So 1 minus lambda, which was -1 plus 2 mu, and that equals -3 plus mu, and now I can just solve to find mu. So 1 plus 1 minus 2 mu, and that equals -3 plus mu. Get all my mu's on one side, so 3 mu here, and I've got 5 on this side. So we get mu equals 5/3, and if I then substitute that back into here, I'm going to get lambda equals -1 plus 2 mu, which is 10/3, and simplifying that, I get lambda is 7/3. Now, that's not my answer because my answer is coordinates. My answer needs to be some coordinate values, and I can just sub either of these into their respective equations. So I could take lambda, for example, and substitute it into here, and my point is going to be 2 plus lambda and 1 minus lambda. And if we work these out, well, 2 plus 7/3 is 13/3, and 1 minus 7/3 is -4/3. So that should be the coordinates, and it should be that if I substitute mu into this one, I should get the same. We don't always need to do that, but just as a check, let's do that. So 1 plus 2 mu, which is 10/3, and then -3 plus mu. And yes, we do indeed get 13/3 and -4/3. So the coordinates of the points of intersection are 13/3 and -4/3. Okay, let's now look at the same sort of thing in 3 dimensions. Now, things are different in 3 dimensions because it's true that lines sometimes just intersect at a point. It is also true that sometimes lines are parallel. But it's also the case sometimes that lines pass under each other, like this. A line can pass over another one and never intersect. So it can be tricky to determine which of those it is. We can rule out the parallel case here quite easily because the direction vectors are not multiples of each other. But now let's try to, it says show the following lines intersect and find the coordinates of the point of intersection. So here's how we do it. You first focus on the x coordinate or the I coordinate, which for the first line is 4 plus lambda, okay, because it's 4i and then lambda I. And that's got to be equal to the I coordinate of the second line. So that is 7 minus 3 mu. And then we set it up for the j coordinate as well. And so for the first line, that's 0, 0j, and then minus 2 lambda j. And that's got to equal the j coordinate for the other one, which is 2 plus 2 mu. So I'm first, or my strategy will be this. I'm first going to solve the simultaneous equations for the I and j coordinates, and then I'm going to check that it works for the k one. That's how we're going to show they do intersect. So I can solve this nicely by dividing through by -2, and I get lambda equals -1 minus mu. And if I substitute that into here, I get 4 plus lambda, which is -1 minus mu, equals 7 minus 3 mu. Add 3 mu to both sides, I get 2 mu. And then 7 plus 1 is 8, minus 4 is 4, and we get mu is 2. Substituting that into here, I get lambda is -3. So when mu is 2 and lambda is -3, the I and j coordinates match up. All we need to do now is check that it works for k. So for k, what's the coordinate of the first line? Well, it's 3k, so 3 plus lambda times 2k, so plus 2 lambda, which if we take our value of lambda here is 3 minus 6, which is minus 3. If I now try for the second line, well, its k-coordinate is minus 5k, so minus 5, and then it's mu plus k. Well, sorry, mu times positive k, so that is just plus mu. So using our value of mu, that's negative 5 plus 2, and that is also negative 3. So the fact that these two are the same confirms that the lines do intersect and that is their k-coordinate. To find their I-coordinate, I'm just going to sub my values back into, well, I can either sub lambda onto this side or mu on that side, I'll get the same answer. What we get is 4 plus negative 3, so that's 1. So my I-coordinate is going to be 1. My j-coordinate will be what I get over here, which is negative 2 lambda, so that's 6. And we've seen that the k-coordinate is negative 3. So 1, 6, negative 3, that is the point at which the two lines intersect. And just as a recap on the strategy, it was find the lambda and mu values which make the I and j values the same, and then check it gives the same k value. Essentially what we're doing is we're finding the point where one line passes over the other, and then checking that they have the same height at that point. So it was passing over, but it wasn't passing over at a height, it was passing over with the same height, and therefore intersecting. All right, final one to look at, show that the following lines are skew. So skew vectors are ones which are neither parallel nor intersecting, nor just the same vector. So it's the case where you have two non-parallel vectors where one passes over the other. And the way to show vectors are skew is to repeat what we did in the previous question. So find the lambda and mu values which make the I and j coordinates the same, and then show that we don't get the same k coordinate. So let's just run through that now. So the I coordinate of the first line is 2 plus s. We've got a parameter s here. And the I coordinate of the second line is 1 plus t. Now the j coordinate of the first line is minus 1 plus s, and the j coordinate of the second line is 4 minus 2t. So I just need to solve these simultaneously. So I'll just do that with substitution again. So s is minus 1 plus t, sub that in here, minus 1 plus s, which is minus 1 plus t, equals 4 minus 2t. Gathering that up, I get 3t over here, and then 4 plus 2 is 6, giving t equals 2, and that implies that s is negative 1 plus t, which is 1. So when s is 1 and t is 2, the I and j coordinates are the same. But what about the k coordinates? So for the first line, we get 4k, so the k coordinate is 4, plus 3s. And what is that? That is 4 plus 3, which is 7. For the second line, its k coordinate is 3 plus t, because it's t times 1k. And when t is 2, that is 3 plus 2, which is 5. So in this case, these are not the same. Therefore, the lines are skew. So there was this point where s was 1 and t was 2, where they had the same I and j coordinates, but their k coordinates were not the same at that point. And what does it mean? It means that they do not intersect. They are skew vectors. Okay, so that is how we deal with parallel and skew vectors in 2 and 3 dimensions. Hope that all makes sense. See you in the next video.